Okay, I'm back again, and the reason I was gone for such a long time is because I couldn't get any of my videos uploaded. Because my desktop that I do all of my video stuff on broke on me. It didn't crash or anything. I literally broke it. While doing some maintenance, trying to clean some dust out of the case, was putting a second hard drive in and decided to do a little maintenance since I was already in the case. Decided to clean out the dust and change out the thermal paste on the processor because it was running a little hot with some acrylic silver thermal paste. And basically when I did that, everything else went right. I put a thin coat on and I was putting the heatsink and fan back on top of the processor, which was locked down, mind you. And for some reason the heatsink clips didn't go on right. I had to remove the heatsink. Unknowingly, when I was lifting the heatsink, I was also lifting the processor out. And I just set it down before even looking down at where the processor was, and I noticed it was missing. Mind you, I set the processor down, pinned down with the aluminum heatsink on top of it, straight onto the ground. So when I did that, bent a couple of pins back. They were completely loose, and when I tried to bend them back, I just ended up taking a couple of the pins out of the processor, so that rendered it useless. Not mad about it, simply because this computer lasted me a long time. I've had it since 2000, when I was back in middle school, actually. And it served me pretty good. I wish it was still working. Maybe I can find another processor on Amazon or eBay or something for it. It's an old Pentium 4. Pretty sure I can find it for about $20-30, but it was time for an upgrade anyway. I ended up getting a newer HP desktop. It's an HP a6567c. It's a quad-core desktop. Has a Q6600 Core 2 quad in there, running at 2.4 gigahertz. Windows Vista 32-bit. 32-bit kind of limits my 4 gigabytes of RAM that I have in there. There's only 3 gigabytes. But the quad-core is more than make up for that. Has a Western Digital 640 gigabyte hard drive in there, running at 7200 RPM. Has an NVIDIA 9300 graphics card, which is not that good. Won't run my newer games. I still use my gaming laptop for that. But it runs Grand Theft Auto and some other older games fine. Like I said, it only has 256 megabytes of dedicated video RAM, and that's at DDR2. What else does it have? Not has. It has a 15-in-1 card reader up top, space for 2 optical drives. It only has 1 light scribe unit in there now. Media drive bay for a proprietary HP external hard drive. Audio in, audio out in front. 2 USB ports up front and a FireWire. And that's pretty much it. In the back you have a single HDMI. You have 4 more USB ports. You have a 7.1 sound card. You also have digital audio out, and that works pretty good whenever I get my Z5500 set up to this. Right now I'm using an older 5.1 sound system, which is not as strong, but it's good enough. Like I said, I mean, it's pretty fast with the quad cores. I wish it had a better graphics card. I'll probably hold off on upgrading it simply because I will have to upgrade the power supply too, since it's only 300 watts. And most newer graphics cards that this can handle, or at least the ones I want to get, take at least 400 watts to run properly. So I'm just going to hold that off because the graphics card I want, it's only about $50. It's a 512 card. But the power supplies at the same store I want to go to are about $100 to $150 relatively for about a 650 watt power supply, which is the way I want to go. Simply because I want to add some more fans to the case and everything like that, just for cooling. And speaking of cooling, I mean, it runs pretty good. Some things I like about it is that it has vents all over it. On the left side, there's a small vent. On the right side, there's a huge cooling vent that runs the length of it. There's vents in the back. Everything has a fan. The power supply obviously has a fan. The case has a fan. The processor definitely has a fan. And the video card, even though it's a pretty low budget video card, it still has a little fan on there. So everything runs pretty cool. I'll never hear the fans go to full blast even if I'm editing a video. Like that thing did. It sounded like a twin engine jet whenever I would edit videos. But this one never gets above anything louder than a whisper. And I like that about it. The other thing I like about it is the fact that I have the option of plugging my headphones up front rather than having to pull the computer out, unplug the 5.1 speakers, and plug in my headphones in the same sound card, which I had to do with that one. But luckily this one has two ways you can plug in external sources, so that's pretty nice. Also the card reader is pretty nice. Basically with that one, since it was older before card readers were really out, I had to just put an external one in there, which was kind of annoying because I would end up losing it every time I would want to do something. Luckily, I had all my software that was on that computer saved up in a disk folder I had, and I just loaded everything up on this computer and got everything to work fine. So that's why I'm uploading videos now. This computer was only $450, which sounds like a good deal, but mind you, it did not come with a monitor. I had my own monitor. It did come with a standard mouse and keyboard though, with little media controls on there. I mean, it's still a pretty good deal despite it not coming with a monitor. But definitely sometime in the near future I'm going to have to upgrade that graphics card and power supply. But besides that, it's great. Let me just show it running some games right quick. Well, only one. It's going to run Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Let me turn off this light. On high resolution, 1680 by 1050 resolution. Okay. Go to start game. It's going to be a little difficult doing this with one hand, but we'll go ahead and work it out. Okay, so you can see it's at the highest resolution. I'm running around stupidly, but just proving the fact. Runs pretty good. This is the oldest game that I have. The other ones I've either sold or broken the disc for. But as you can see, it runs pretty good on that, and that's just about the only game I have right now that can run on this computer. Like my newest games, Fear 2, Project Origin, Fallout 3, Need for Speed Undercover, and BioShock all run horribly on this one. I only tried to run BioShock on here, which was the least graphical intensive game that I had compared to the San Andreas game, and it ran like crap at only 800 by 600 resolution and everything on low detail. So definitely waiting for that graphics card to be upgraded. But let me get out of here so I can make some more videos. I've been waiting to show you guys how to speed up Windows Vista, and I definitely have on all of my Vista machines. And I want to go ahead and upload that video too, along with this one. So let me get out of here. If you have any questions about the desktop or anything else, just leave a comment at the bottom. If you want to see videos like this and more, just hit the subscribe button up to your upper right. I'll see you guys later.